Welcome back, my fellow duplicants, to Oxygen Not Included, and we are continuing the Mega Base Challenge here. So, in the last episode, we completed a couple of rooms, which is, we have a latrine, which is going to give us a stress relief bonus. The enclosed space for the barracks here also gives us a stamina recovery bonus, so I should be able to take a look at a duplicate when they're inside of here and see that stamina should increase. I guess we'll find out. Let's just take a look at, well, okay, hang on. Travaldo, what's going on here? You are now in the bathroom. Give me your details. So I should be getting less stress relief. Stress should be going down. Okay, see, nice bathroom, minus 5% per cycle. A little bit. It's worth it. Who made a mess? Oh, Meep. Oh, come on, dude. He's just watering the plants. Oh, now we got soggy feet. Why did you... Meep. Why did you do that? I don't think he ever cleaned out his outhouse. That might have been why. He also might have a tiny bladder. That might be a problem. All right, well, at any rate, let's take a look at the stamina here. Okay, so stamina is inside a barracks, so that is 100% per cycle. Look at that. Wow. Change per cycle, 930%. So stamina is really going up quite high. So that's an extra 100% per cycle. How does that even work? I mean, I guess you're just, are you going to end up with extra? Or does it mean you just have to sleep less? Well, let's just fast forward here. Is that 100%? Just stops at 100? Yeah. So I'm not really sure. I mean, sleeping in a bed is going to give you, look at that, 700% just for sleeping. Sleeping in a cot is 200%, and barracks is an extra 100%. So I would say my duplicates are well rested. All right, attempting to get back on topic here. What I want to make here is a mess hall, and that mess hall is going to be located above this area. So there will be a kitchen, and then there will be a mess hall, or maybe the kitchen and mess hall will be together. Let's just take a look at that. What do you need for a mess hall? You just need one table. That's it. And no industrial machinery. Okay, so it has to have nothing in it. So that's going to be the next topic, right? So I've already done this stuff, and that's I don't like that over there, so I want to take this. Oh, look at that, the sink has a new icon. So let's go ahead and toss down a sink here. Obviously you want to wash your hands before you start cooking, so that'll be important. And then as far as the food is concerned, well, a little electric grill will be just fine, and then the micro musher if we need that as well. And since I don't really have a bunch of, well, I guess I got carbon dioxide down here. It would be nice to not have to refrigerate the food and run power to the refrigerator. So maybe I can put that refrigerator kind of down here and then just let the carbon dioxide fill up in that area. All right, so there's a comment over here from Dutch Cheesehead. So let me bring that in. He was saying that germs could be spreading from this toilet right here. So you can actually go to this outhouse. Now, normally nobody touches this except for me, but he could potentially come in here and then go a different direction. So that's I think that's a fair argument to actually get rid of this and replace it just with a wall. Not to mention, this seems to be the path that everybody goes through right here, which is kind of annoying if you're me. Everybody keeps walking through your apartment. So I'm gonna take that recommendation and just kind of make it happen. There you go. All right, so here we go. This is starting to work. Now, the one thing I need to make, which I haven't done yet, is have a liquid pump. So we'll manually draw over here. This will continue to work for a little while, but I'm gonna have a liquid pump that I have to integrate into my system now. So let's get that all plumbed up and running. All right, so looking at research here, there was a comment that was saying that yes, you can click over here and they will continue to do the research, whatever it takes to get on over there. And that's a really helpful thing if you don't want to manage this all the time. I want to kind of pick at things and come to them and come back to them. What I really want to do though is get one of my systems up and running. So for that, I'm definitely going to need power. So I don't really want my duplicates to run on the little wheel constantly. So I'm going to go down this internal combustion setup right here, so that way I can get the hydrogen generator up and running, and then I'll go down here and I'll get the electrolyzer. So those two systems, we can then get a hydrogen bubbler system that will separate and become self-powering. So that'll be the first real technical thing that we're going to build into this system as far as things that we've investigated previously in other videos. Looking at some more comments here, I really want to look into the slicksters. I've actually looked at them a little bit already, but I'm really looking forward to that as far as being able to convert carbon dioxide into oil. I mean, that's going to be an interesting dynamic as far as the game's concerned, and how much carbon dioxide do the duplicants build up each cycle. So that's actually, I think that'll be really neat to look into. The question is, will duplicants wait for lice to convert to lice loaf before consuming, or are they going to go each whichever is more convenient? So that is actually controlled by your consumables up here. So you can tell them what you don't want them to eat, so I can turn off meal lice so that they won't eat that. I'm not exactly sure how to make that decision, but I know that mostly I have the priority up on the micro musher to make it as soon as it's ready. So that will improve its quality a little bit, I guess, or maybe, I don't know. Does that improve its quality? What's its quality? Yeah, a little bit. But the thing is, it takes 500 calories and it becomes a 1,000 calorie thing, just with a little bit of water. All right, I got the hydrogen generator up and ready to go. I really want to use the coal generator as well. Obviously, I have a lot of hatches here, so I'm going to have to make a hatch farm that I feed different materials. But being able to use the coal generator, I can grow... Where are those? The little mushrooms. I can grow some of those. Alright, I'm also going to focus my duplicants a little bit more here. So Meep will be the one that's going to go in here and harvest, and he'll also be the one that's going to run that compost. So, nobody else will have to do that besides him. And hopefully that'll keep duplicants out of this area over here, to kind of save on the amount of gas that's in that space. Ooh, looks like it's time for a new duplicant. Let's see what we got here. Hey, looks like I got my doctor, Camille. So, +7 medicine right there. Germ resistant, that's good, but a slow learner. How can you be a doctor if you're a slow learner? Like, that's gotta, well, I guess it takes all kinds, right? Might just make everybody sick in the process. That might be it. Alright, so let's give Camille here a very nice apartment. She's very demanding because she's a doctor. So, you must have lots and lots of space. Alright, so let's take a look at Meep here. He's now in the mess hall, so he should be getting a nice little bonus as far as being in this area, as far as stress is concerned. So, being in the mess hall, 15% per cycle right there, at least while he's in it. So once he leaves, that should go away. Yeah, see, there it went away. But 15%, that's pretty good. Not to mention you're at the mess table, so that's even better. Oh, Camille, come on now. Oh, she doesn't have a bathroom. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And... she's now sleeping next to her bottled up piss. Not the best day for the doctor, huh? Wait a minute, did I just see what I think I saw? I think I just saw a hatch eat polluted water. What? Come on now, eat it up and drop coal. You can do it. Eat this. No, he hasn't pooped yet. Come on now. That might be worth experimenting with. If you can bottle up polluted water, like go down here, bottle it up and make little bottles or whatever, and then drop it in a place where a hatch can eat it, you might be able to convert polluted water into coal. How about that? Ideas. So I could deliver one of these little hatch guys in this area over here and just have some mesh tiles, and once it gets up to a certain point, I can go in there and just kind of tell somebody to mop up some of this stuff, which is going to be lots and lots of kilograms, and then over time that hatch is going to go in there and try to consume it, converting it to coal. Okay, so right now I don't have any good options except for right down here. This is like the only good option I have for as far as food storage is concerned. So I'll make this a nice priority, and I'm gonna move this ration box, you know, I'll replace it with my refrigerators down here. At least that's gonna be in carbon dioxide. So that should at least keep the food from rotting. Because over here it's just unrefrigerated and its quality is going bad, so now if I set this to priority level like 5 and set this back up to 7, my duplicant should go ahead and run over there and just start moving that food automatically. Yeah, see, there we go. He's gonna grab that, and well, he's actually hungry, but there, Bubbles did it. So what that means, I should be able to make more lice loaf here, and then have it stay, because it's not, the food shouldn't be going bad. So change per cycle, you see down here, it's now 0%, whereas up here, that's negative 13% per cycle. So store your food in carbon dioxide. It's the easiest way to keep it fresh, and it doesn't require power. So that's a neat trick. So I can actually set this to continuous and boost the amount of food I have, and its quality too. I guess the other thing I could do is also have a spot where food will decay, so I can turn food into coal as well. So if I just have a bunch of like extra mealwood, I could put that into a refrigerator or something like that and let it decay over time, and that's where the hatches could also eat out of that. That way I'm not feeding it things like, you know, ore and all that stuff, which are quite valuable, I guess, in the long run, as compared to something that is you're able to reproduce. Alright, so I do have what I need now as far as to get the electrolyzer system up and running. So there's a couple different ways I could do this. I can use a hydro hood, which does function, but it's not exactly perfect. Or I can use kind of a separator unit, and that actually works a little bit better. Now, if I have the power switches available, which I do not, so I can't quite make that system yet. I can't make it at all. In order to do that, I need the power switch, which is way... Where is it? Where is it now? There it is. So it's right down here. So I will actually move to improved ventilation, and then I can make that. Okay, so another thing I'm also doing here is I'm getting ready to plant some bristle blossoms inside of here. It seems like it has all the right stuff. It's also next to all the food here. So in these hydroponic farms, I'll be able to give it water, light, everything that it needs to do, you know, to grow, I guess. So this will be kind of a double purpose mess hall at this point. Actually, if I deconstruct, just looking at the ceiling light, you can see here I can't really cover everything, but if I go up one more tile, then I can cover this entire area. So I'm gonna push the roof up. Mob traps are currently broken, per comment. I was playing around with it in debug mode, and it seemed to work out alright, but then again, I think I might have only been trapping one animal and moving it. I can see where it might be a problem if you're moving a couple of them. I don't know. It's, some of these bugs, there's been a lot of bugs reported from you guys' comments over there as far as this version of the game. But I mean, obviously that's stuff they're working on, and that's why it's a preview to the actual, you know, update. So we shouldn't expect it to be perfect at this point. I mean, that's the whole point of actually playing this before it's officially released. You know, to find the bugs and work them out. So, come on. Build the rest of the stuff, duplicants. Or move faster. There you go. I've given these guys so much stuff to do. I really got to run a long ways to store my food. It's not quite ideal. Alright, so one thing I want to make sure I'm not doing here is I got to get rid of this tiny battery. Because that tiny battery can, you know, bring a duplicant over here to run on top of the generator. So I have large batteries on the right, tiny battery on the left, and there's just no point in having the tiny battery there. So at this point, I think this entire loop that stuff is connected to, which I'm going to clean up a little bit right here. I'm using wire bridges over ladders. I'm just getting picky about it. This should make this manual generator more efficient, is what I'm getting at. Now, one thing is, running on that manual generator, you can actually produce a couple of germs as well. So it'd probably be a good idea to move that over. Although, it's not like I have a big problem with germs at the moment. Oh, that's not good. There's some food poisoning that found its way in here. Although the germs are slowly going down. So there must have been some germs that found its way into the food cooking, I guess. And I think that came when I started mopping some stuff up right here. It's not a lot of germs, 6 germs. I'll just have to monitor that and see how it goes. Or maybe it's happening because the the meal lice. Ah, maybe that's it. So let me actually just move some of this stuff around. Alright, so there we go. I'll separate the two. So all of the little meal lice will end up in these two, and then everything, the lice loaf that I'm cooking, is going to end up in the right two. Dude, me, you keep dropping all the meal lice down here to the bottom. What a punk. Oh. See, he ran out of oxygen and then he went to run up. It's a challenge to see who can actually pick it up and put it into the right spot. Travoldo's making a go for it. He's going for it. Oh, but then he drops it. Come on, Travoldo, stop picking all of it. Darn it. Yeah, Bubbles is escapable. All right, well, I got the mess hall up and running here. So let's go ahead and plant some bristle blossoms inside of here, just to see how that goes. All right, so looking at the requirements here, air pressure, atmosphere, the body temperature is right in the middle there, so that's good. Illumination is light. And then the irrigation, water per cycle, 80 kilograms. That's quite a bit. Okay, so the body temperature is a little bit too high in this area. It makes sense. It's actually above, so that isn't the best layout because it's above this that's giving off heat. So if we look at the temperature here, it's going to be just a little bit too hot. So what I should really, I'm gonna have to cool this area down in order to make that work. Or just move it to a different spot. Yeah, the temperature of the liquid is also kind of warm too. Look at that, 23.9. That could help it out if I had nice cold liquid running in there, but I don't. Alright guys, well this is as far as I'm going to get tonight here. Made some serious progress as far as, you know, relocating the kitchen and also getting that mess hall set up. Got to work a little bit better to get the bristle blossoms. We'll try to come up with a better farm system there. It was a nice idea, but for right now I don't think that's the best spot for it. But I think the big thing to focus on next time though is going to be oxygen production. Right now I've been working off of algae and I can continue to dig that up for a little while, but it's not going to last forever. So I want to get a hydrogen electrolyzer system set up so that I can produce some oxygen maybe up here on the top and maybe here on the bottom, just so that starts to work and you know, become self-powering and all that stuff. So that'll be a self-powering electrolyzer system, which we've covered several times before. So that'll be the first real technical thing that we're going to get into here. And maybe the next step after that is going to be start to look at this natural gas geyser up here. I can't actually get water out of it because at the moment, you know, I've got a limited supply of water. And until I find a steam geyser, that might be my only source. Besides refining polluted water, which I can actually, you know, refine some of that polluted water since I am starting to build some of that up. So that's another source of water too. So we'll get into the more technical stuff here pretty soon. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode of Oxygen Not Included. Let me know down there in the comment section below, and I'll see you again next time. If I've earned your subscription, then thank you so much for that. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.